Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ilham Idraki bin Isa from class 4P. Today, I would like to conduct some experiment for my mini project at home. So, let's go. We have been assigned a mini project for subject Soil Engineering Laboratory. We have been given 5 weeks in order to complete this task. Students were asked to conduct soil experiment that can be associated to soil mechanics fundamental concepts and describe the soil in terms of the water or moisture content, particle density, particle size grading and texture, field density and permeability. We will assign this experiment at home so students can creatively utilize and improvise any tools and technique to achieve the objectives of the experiment. First, we weight the empty container and record it in the table. Next, put soil sample in container and record mass wet soil and container. Expose the soil sample for purpose of air drying process for around 1 day. Then, we weight the container with the dry soil. This is the discussion for water or moisture content. This is the conclusion for water or moisture content. Weight empty container along with the top cover. Empty container was filled with dry soil and mass container plus dry soil is recorded. Weight container filled with water and soil samples. Empty the container, fill the container with water, make sure there are no entrapped bubbles. This is the discussion for particle density. This is the conclusion for particle density. First, we weight the empty container. Prepare around 1.5 kg of soil sample. Weight the mass of the container plus soil sample. Clean and weight each of the sieve that want to be used. Sieve the soil sample by using the 15 mm sieve. Proceed sieving by using 5 mm sieve and followed by 1 mm sieve. The mass of the soil retained in each sieve were recorded. This is the discussion for particle size, grading and texture. This is the conclusion for particle size, grading and texture. Weigh the mass of the steel container and empty container. Knock the steel container into ground by using hammer. Dig the soil around the steel container area to pull out the steel container. Access the soil sample in the steel container and transfer it to the empty container. Dry the soil around 1 day. Weight the container and the dry soil. This is the discussion for field density. This is the conclusion for field density. Drill few numbers of hole at bottom. The bottle was marked with H1, H2, H3 and H4 to indicate the water level. Pour water into the bottle up to the top and leave it for a while until it is fully saturated. Fill the bottle with water until it reaches H1 mark. Observe and record the time taken for the water level to reach H2, H3 and H4. This is the discussion for permeability. This is the conclusion for permeability. Advantages of the project: help improve generating ideas and expand knowledge about soil engineering laboratory, gives the idea of how important to study the soil for the purpose of construction and avoid failure, learn how to conduct experiment even without depending on lab apparatus, learn how to analyze the standard classification of soil and enhance the soil quality to meet the requirement needed.